Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 7th of June. How this year flying past. It's really going quickly. It seems already well over halfway now. Don't just cheer you all up. Right, so looking at the euro dollar, and well, yesterday the members of the ECB that were able to speak suggested that inflation's on track and everything's on track, and there's quite a lot of saber rattling, I guess, in terms of suggesting that all's good. Now, I don't know why if they're trying to push the euro back up again, perhaps they can see inflation rising a lot quicker and they really need the strength of the euro to increase to steady it up, to save having to put interest rate increases, although they are really most of this is around the end of quantitative easing. So apparently the meeting next week is going to be pivotal, we've been told. So the euro is responding. Now we have managed to fractionally close probably above that daily 21, and it's looking, well, we could be pushing up towards that the 120 area here on the euro at some point. I mean, it's a bit previous to say that. We've still got that 34 in the way and probably other factors to play. Ironically, just as we're starting to push up to it, we're getting that sort of bearish crossover, but that doesn't mean to say we'll stop, but it does look bullish at this juncture. Maybe that's where we'll get to next week and then roll over once the news actually comes out, because it's already priced in. Anyway, for now, looking bullish. Coming down the time frames here, there may be a few factors that may spoil that a little bit, but I've actually changed my trend line here, stuck it across the bottoms, and we're if we can forget that downward trend at the moment, because we're currently in a intermediate upward trend. High lows, higher highs coming through this market, so that's really where we're sitting at the moment. Now the fly in the ointment, I guess, is the daily pivot sitting below untouched again at the moment. We could see a sell-off of this. There's a trend line across the near-term lows here, which if that's broken, if it breaks the 21, we could see it coming back down towards. So there is that chance of it coming back down towards there. If it gets back down towards there, I'll just be buying. I've got a small position which rolling in. I want to add to it, and that may be the opportunity. So at the moment, euro looking continuing to look bullish. The pound also yesterday, well, pound finally got into its 21. It took a long time, as I saw. It must have done it later when I wasn't looking, because it seemed to be taking forever to get towards it. It did pull back off, but you can see again we've sort of we're in this upward trend at the moment on this intermediate time frame, and again, well, the daily pivot, you can see how pinched we were yesterday in terms of price action. That price action really just sat around the daily. Well, the daily pivot's already been hit. It's not really done too much at all. Having a bit of a shove up at the moment. We still have the expected release of the notes to regarding hard borders or non-hard borders, customs union aspects that's to be proposed to the European Union. So that may, if it's positive, may push further, but at the moment, regardless of whether that's coming out today, tomorrow, or the next day, we are seeing a continuation of this upward movement, and it does look bullish now. Any retracement may give opportunities to buy in further. So yeah, running nicely at the moment. Okay, dollar yen. Well, ironically, it looks almost the same chart here. If I come back from the pound to the yen, oh no, it doesn't. What am I talking about? Perhaps it's just the it's my imagination. It was the shorter term time frames were starting to look like this on the pound. Anyway, seeing a shove up here. It's continued to do so. It's got it's left behind its weekly pivot at the moment, and off it seems to be continuing to go. Now, unusual to see the yen, as I've said for a while now, to pushing up in the same direction as the pound and the euro, but there is an unwinding of these risk-off positions, and now risk is coming back on. The traders are releasing their yen positions by the looks of things. And there may be just a softening of the economy there a little bit as well. And anyway, yen is still shifting upwards. Would I be wanting to buy it? Not particularly, because at some point it may well reverse and continue doing what the equivalent of what the other markets are doing. But for now, it's still shifting up. I'll come down to a 5-minute. I really don't know there. There we go, to hourlies. So at the moment, it still remains bullish. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar a bit slower here, but still making the tracks. To be fair, it's been probably over the last month and into this month slow, but it's a real plodder, tortoise and a hare indeed. Talk about tortoise. It's gradually working its way up north there. Yesterday was really much like the pound, really quite a tight ranging day, and well, not really moving massively. We could see this push up at some point towards the daily R1, but if it moves as fast as it did yesterday, it'll be lucky to get back to yesterday's highs at the moment, so I shall leave that alone. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Let's come back to dailies here, and it remains in an awfully choppy zone, so I'm not really going to do too much about it, because it's not an intraday, it's not even a swing day trade at the moment, so there I shall leave it, aside of looking at oil, which kicking in there. Oil still edging off. I've started talking about oil a little bit. It's still edging off. I think it's still got some probable downside. It's looking, I mean, it's taps along there. It's got almost the potential of a little head and shouldery type pattern, so we could see a bigger roll off on oil. Today it's just sort of on this near term sort of price action. It's already starting to kick over a little bit maybe, but that could continue in that vein. That's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.